my side, and Jamie can start on hers.
This conference will now be recorded.
Great. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Scott. So calling to order the Town of Harwich Town Administrator Search Committee for June 10th. We're scheduled for 4:30 to 6:30. I don't anticipate we're going to go 2 hours. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'll take a time to mention it before. Ray Jefferson was a good friend and was very active in town, and he was actually was the chairman of the police building joint public safety facilities committee, and he ran that committee. He was quite the man. He was a test pilot for Pratt and Whitney, and he made it very clear that anything over an hour, people start tuning out. So I listen to I try and listen to the wisdom when I get it, and but we are scheduled. We have 2 hours. I don't think we'll need 2 hours tonight. So with that, we will again. I'm going to call the meeting to order, and everyone has been given the minutes, and we'll start with I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
The minutes aren't on the agenda.
Oh, that's why I wrote them in. So we'll wait till next. We'll wait till next time. You're breaking my rhythm here, Linda. You're breaking my rhythm.
I do things for a reason.
We will. This is going to be the first meeting that we actually do go into executive session. So I see we have a caller. Scott or Jamie, you want to let that caller in? But caller, I see it was caller 1, but you're going to need to identify yourself, please.
And Chief, I have no other mechanism for understanding who that caller is or letting them any further in. They're already in. So what I don't know is perhaps is anybody using their phone in addition to their computer that's currently on the call?
No.
So we'll just, if they speak up, they can join. Otherwise, when you do go into executive session, Chief, I'll just I'll knock them off the meeting.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So I want to just give you a little bit of an update on. I did give the board, per the request, the Board of Selectmen, an update on June 1st as to where we were and where we thought we were going. I told them that we had, I said 40 plus, and it looks like we've had 44 applications that we received. I believe it was probably 45, but the 45th one came in 2 days late, and I rejected it. All those applications that we received were received by Anita Doucette, our town clerk, in the clerk's office via what I will call a secure email. Anita herself took control of all those records, and she provided us hard copy packets as well as thumb drives. The files were too large to simply email to the 5 members, so she provided us with thumb drives. And for the record, the information was handed to me in sealed envelopes, both the hard copies and the thumb drives, and they were delivered to the public safety facility. And I brought those to the dispatch center, which is also a secure facility. And individually, you folks went in and picked up your packets. So that I thought was a good thing, very secure. On the selectmen's meeting, we had a lot of back and forth. I don't know if any of you had the opportunity to watch it on June 1st, but I found it interesting. There was some discussion about the board seeing the applications, and I did point out to them that they had taken a vote not to do that. I suspect there is still interest in doing that. I said that as we organized that we were going to proceed with the understanding via our charge that would not happen, that we were given the charge to put the applications out, receive the applications, or put the invitations out, as we did with the help of Mr. Lawton. And we received those, and they were distributed in a proper way. And we have, and as we will tonight, be able to talk about specific individuals and how we rated them. And I think it would be appropriate for the board and for the general public to understand. I'll back up here a little bit. Linda, you did an outstanding job with the process that we are following. It's professional. It's certainly meets every letter of the law that I can think of, listening to KP Law a couple of times. And I just want to thank you how this has been done. The sheets were sent out for scoring that we had. We filled out our applications individually. There was at no time discussion amongst us about how we filled out our applications. We did not discuss our scoring or rankings. That tonight will be the first time that we actually can do that, and that will be done in executive session, really for the reason that we'll be talking about individuals, their names, and it's just not proper in any of these application processes at this level that the applicants submit their applications knowing that nothing will be public until it gets to the level of the Board of Selectmen. What we have is we have a list of all the candidates. Each candidate gets a score of 1 to 5 points, with 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. And we sent the schedule, each member of the committee filled out their columns, and it was returned to the compiler. Linda did all the calculations and sorted the information out, and then returned the finished documents back to us. And that's, again, what we're going to discuss tonight. I will just offer it up to the committee if there's anything else that we would like to talk about publicly before we go into executive session. Is there anything else?
Nope.
I don't see anything. So at this point, I just want to put a motion on the floor that I move that the Harwich Town Administrator Search Committee go into executive session under Chapter 30A, Section 21A, 8, to consider or interview applicants for the position of town administrator and not return to open session. The chair of the committee declares this open meeting would have detrimental effects in obtaining qualified applicants. So that is the motion on the floor, and I'm looking for a second on that.
Second.
Julie has seconded it, and I made the motion. Is there any further discussion on that? Seeing none, I will do a roll call vote on the motion to go into executive session. Dan is not present. Julie?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Linda?
Aye.
And I am an aye. At this point, we will go into executive session. And Jamie and Scott, if you would now make this a